Welcome back to McCann Dogs. I'm instructor Steve. It may be your problem with leash walking training is that you're not teaching the right kind of walking. There are times at which I want my dog to walk at my left-hand side if I'm on a busy sidewalk or out at a market or other places where there are a lot of distractions. But the reality is I don't want it all the time. I want my dog to be able to move and sniff and do all sorts of things. So what exactly are you trying to teach your dog? Well, we're trying to teach them not to pull on the leash. Well, what if I told you that there was a skill that you could teach that would have them understand not to pull on the leash ever? What is this magical skill that we're going to teach? This skill is the idea of leash respect, but to do it, I'm not going to start teaching this out here. I'm going to head into a quiet place where I know she'll be much more successful. Why did I come back inside to work my leash walking training? Why does that make sense? Well, you saw when I was outside, little Lola here was pretty distracted by everything, all the sights and the smells and all the interesting things on the ground. So if I'm going to change her mindset and change her picture, I got to take those distractions out of the way. So coming back into your living room is where you're actually going to start this. Now, what is this idea of leash respect? Well, leash respect is simply my dog understanding that it's their job to keep the leash loose. It's not my job to follow them around. And this is little Lola, and Lola belongs to one of my students. And the reason I picked her is because, well, obviously she likes to pull, and B, she gets very distracted by everything, as you can see, even in this room. But we're going to shift her value from everything else to me in a second. Now, you saw Lola outside and you saw how she was interested in everything else other than me. So one of the first things that I'm going to do with her is change her value and make myself more valuable to her. Now, I know based on her owner's word that she's pretty darn food motivated. So I've actually just got some of her kibble. We're inside, so I'm going to start with my kibble and see if that works. Now, just the crinkle of the bag has gotten her attention. So what I'm going to do is just start to make myself a little bit more valuable. Now, I'm going to give her some treats for paying attention to me. Good girly. But how I give her the treats is actually going to be really important. I am bringing the treats from my face down to hers, and I'm bringing them between the two of us. I'm not rewarding her looking elsewhere. I'm not rewarding her with her head looking down. I'm rewarding her with her attention on me. So she starts to learn that just simply paying attention to me gets a reward. Now, I haven't given her any command. I haven't asked her to do anything. I'm simply establishing myself as something with value. What does this have to do with walking? Well, I'm going to take this same approach and I'm going to start to add a little bit of motion. Now, because this is the idea of leash respect, I don't actually care if she's at my left-hand side. She can be in front of me. She can be off to the right. As long as our leash stays loose, she's going to get a reward. And how that reward comes between me and her is going to shift the value to me. So I might just take a step with me, girl. Good girl. Yes, good. So she didn't really move there, but I said yes because the leash still stayed loose. But when I rewarded, you'll notice I brought her closer to me because this is where I want the value to be. Now I might move one step in the other direction with me. Yes, good girl. Excellent. Good job. So I said yes the moment she shifted. She got a reward with me. Yes, good girl. Hooray. What a good pup. I might move back a couple of steps with me. Yes, good girl. Hooray. So she is starting to learn with me that there is more value for paying attention to me than anything else in the world. And starting this inside is laying that foundation for going outside. Obviously, I am not going to be taking my dog for a walk inside my living room. This is just a stepping stone. That stepping stone is taking things outside and making this harder for her. Outside, there are more smells. There are more things. There are more things to catch her attention for her to pull. Now, because of the work I've done inside, she's not pulling as much as she was before, and I've picked a somewhat quiet area. I haven't gone to the busiest place that I can find. I've moved off to the side. I've found this empty space here, and I'm going to work the drill again. So I've got my cookies here. I'm going to reward her for just paying attention. Good, excellent girly. Yes, good job. What a good girl. Again, that reward is coming between her and I, and now I'm going to add a little bit of motion with me. Yes, good girl. What a good job. Excellent with me. Good. Oh, oh yes, good girl. So I thought she was going to pull there, and she actually made a fantastic decision. I kicked a rock by accident, and she thought about going for it, but then she turned back to me on her own. Yes, good girl. That gets a little jackpot with me. Yes, good girl. Good job with me. Yes, good girl. Now again, I don't care if she's on my left, if she's in front of me, if she's on my right. Yes, good girl. I am teaching her that it's most important to pay attention to me. The leash hasn't actually even come into it yet because I've helped her to be right so many times. So she's doing really, really well. So I'm actually going to make a big step for her. I've come closer to the road. I'm in a new place, and I'm going to add a little bit more motion to see, does she make the same choice? Now, she just decided to pull on the leash. Ha ha, that's better. Now, I added a little pulse on the leash. She pulled, I turned and faced her. I added a couple of little pulses until she turned back to me, and then I praised her. I didn't feed her right away. I waited until she sort of came back and committed to me. I want her to know that if you pull on leash, there's a little teeny consequence, but there's gonna be more value for me. So I'm gonna move again and see if I can get her to keep making great decisions. But yes, good girly. But I also want her to make the odd wrong decision so that she knows she shouldn't. I caught you again, you silly thing. Come on over here. Excellent, good job. So both times I moved forward towards you guys, she got really interested in something. Now, I'm not mad at her. She's a young dog. I'm adding those quick pulses on the leash, but the moment she gets back on my page, I praise her and let her know she's right. Now, how do I help this? Because she's done that same thing twice. Well, I'm gonna work the same skill a little bit further away from you guys, and let's see if she can be a little bit more correct, and then we'll see if we can move closer. So, okay, come on, girl, with me. Yes, good girl, hooray, what a good pup. There you go, good girl, good, good. Okay, with me. Yes, good girl, excellent job, good. Maybe I move this way a couple steps. Good, move this way a couple steps. Yes, good girl, excellent job. And now I'm right up next to you guys, and she's making fantastic choices. The big question is, what do I do if I don't have food in my hand? Well, when I'm initially teaching this, I actually want you to have food in your hand. I want you to find the motivator for your dog. But when your dog starts to understand this, like Lola's starting to do, I'm transitioning away from that constant lure to saying yes, then getting my food out and reward. So the onus becomes more on her to perform the skill versus me saying, hey buddy, here's a cookie if you decide to pay attention to me. Now you can see Lola has been pretty successful at this, but there's a couple of reasons for that. I found the motivator that's kept her attention as we built on the skill, and for her that's food right now. Now I know some of you are gonna say, well, my dog doesn't care about the food, and especially when I go outside, they don't care about the food. Well, that's why those early steps are so important. But not only that, maybe think about trying this before you've fed them that big dinner. Take some of their dinner and see if you can get their attention at that point. Or you might need to find a different level of treat. Maybe it's the cheese or those hot dogs or something else that may pique that dog's interest. But it's not always about the food. Maybe your dog's more toy motivated. Well, you can do the exact same exercise with your dog's favorite toy. Maybe that toy's the McCann Dogs Fuzzy Ball Tug, available at mccanndogs.store. With me. Good. With me. Good girl. Good job, love. Now, you can see that she's a little bit less engaged than she was right off the start. I can certainly see it here. And this is where we have to make a choice. And the choice I'm going to make right now is to sort of end on a win. But that doesn't mean the leash respect exercise and the leash respect training is done. This is something that needs to be focused on all the time. If it's only focused on sometimes, the dog is not going to have an understanding. So what does that mean? Well, that means anytime the leash is attached to my dog, I am focused on teaching her not to pull. Now, I have an interesting problem though. I am all the way out here and I needed to get back to the place, to the studio where her crate is and where her things are. So I've got a couple of options. I will tell you the option I'm gonna pick is I'm gonna get some of those great treats that I have left over. I'm gonna put it on her nose and we're gonna do a little bit more controlled walking. And I'm gonna lure her the whole way because I don't want her to be tuned out. Yes, good girl. And I wanna get back there and still do some training along the way. A lot of people struggle with their dog's focus when they're outside. And if that's something you're working on, check out that video right there. And if you're working on leash respect with your dog and you'd like some personalized feedback from me and the other McCann Dogs instructors, check out our Life Skills online training program. The link is in the description below. And on that note, I'm Instructor Steve. This is Lola. Happy training.